Hi guys, alright, so today's video I'm going to show you how you can install XAMPP into your local machine and enable your system have the features or functionalities to run PHP scripts and also manage database functionalities. Now I've gone to Google and I have entered XAMPP download. This will redirect you to the ApacheFriends.org website where you will see the various XAMPP versions for you to download and install into your system. If you're using XAMPP for Windows, these are the various versions here that you can download. And there are also requirements. You need to just check out the minimum requirements. So let's download anyone here. Although I already have XAMPP running in my system, but I'm just going to go through the installation process with you guys so we can understand how to install XAMPP into your machine. Alright, so as you can see, my XAMPP is downloading. So once you download the installer, it's going to look like this. And what you need to do is to double click on this. This will then run the installer process and you need to click on run. This will begin the installation of the XAMPP app onto your device. When you get to this installation interface, you need to make sure you're checking all of these boxes here, which offers the phpMyAdmin, which is the database management, and also the MySQL feature. By default, Apache is already selected for you. And also you need to select PHP and Perl just in case maybe you're using Perl as a programming language, but we're going to be using PHP for most of our server-side protocols. So you click on next and this will require you to select the directory where you want to save the XAMPP and all of its components. By default, it is already selecting your local drive. This is where most of your installed apps will be found. So you can skip this or you could simply point to a directory of your choosing. And then now setup is ready to begin installing on your computer. You can then simply just click on next and this will install. So I've been able to install XAMPP on my Windows machine, and as you can see, it's in my local disk, which is the C drive. Once you go into the directory, you need to locate the XAMPP folder. You open the folder and you're going to see a lot of folders. What you want to first of all do is to kickstart the XAMPP. That way your system can actually run XAMPP. This is the control panel. So this is where you have Apache feature, the MySQL, the FileZilla, and all of that. So let me just show you an example. So now I've been able to stop the Apache and MySQL and I go to my browser. I visit the localhost directory, which is my C drive. Let's go to this script here. Now, as you can see, it says unable to connect, and that's because once you finish installing XAMPP, you go into your local disk and you open up the XAMPP folder. Then you want to scroll down to where you have the XAMPP control. You open that interface, and then you can simply start or stop any of the features like the Apache, the MySQL, and FTP services. Let's try going into the database, and that you will need to go into the phpMyAdmin. This will load the database interface. And as you can see, it says MySQL cannot connect. So you need to turn on the MySQL feature on your XAMPP and then load the page. And this will load the phpMyAdmin. So in here is where you can create database and also create tables to run MySQL functionalities like update a record, delete a record, and insert into database table. To access files, you need to make sure your files are inside the htdocs. As you can see, this file here, tutorial sign up the PHP, is inside of the XAMPP folder, which has a subdirectory htdocs, and inside of the htdocs is where I've inserted my PHP script. So this is where you want to keep all of your script inside of the htdocs subfolder. You can actually make another directory inside of the htdocs and keep your files in there. All you need to do is simply point to that directory in your URL. So I hope this helps you guys understand how you can quickly download XAMPP from the official website, install XAMPP, and also use the control panel to turn on and turn off the Apache and MySQL features. And it's easy to install and get your system running XAMPP. This way, you can actually make server-side protocols and programs, test them out before you actually go onto your remote server. So in the next video, I'm going to show you guys how we can create database, how we can also create database tables, populate tables using PHP, and retrieve and modify data in a database.